Hey gardening friends, I found this footage that I never posted of the garden from last fall, and I thought it would be fun just to look back at what the garden looked like last year. Hey gardening friends, I wanted to give a quick late summer update of the garden. I've grown weary and so has the garden, but this is where it stands. I've been out here cutting back a lot of the perennials. Right here I have a little lime hydrangea. It's been here for about 3 years. It's doing really great. Right here I've cut back some of the Shasta daisies. And then this is my drift of weeds that need to be pulled out. I've done some cut back here. I had some salvia was here and all that has been cut back. The lamb's ear has really just taken off in this area. I started this lamb's ear a couple of years ago and from seed, and it has just really taken off. Same thing with the knockout roses. These have been in the garden for about 3 years, and my goal was to get them just over like the ledge of the deck so I could see them from the deck, and they've met that goal. So I'll probably trim them back a little bit next spring. We have some more salvia. This is an annual salvia that I started from seed. The other salvia is a perennial that comes back every year. And then this area, I can't remember the name of this plant right now, but I started that from seed a couple of years ago. This is the Baptisia. I think this is Lemon Meringue is the name. We have some daylilies, and I'll cut these back. They're really looking pretty ratty, so I'll cut the leaves back. There's another little lime hydrangea. These are a bunch of rudbeckias called Caramel that I started from seed this year. And they're a mix of annual and perennial, so we'll see if these come back for next year. Yarrow. I just cut those back just a little bit. This is a perennial salvia. Beautiful blue color on the flower. And then behind there is my stand of weeds, as well as my Miscanthus maidenhair grass, which has been here for probably 20 years. I actually divided it last year, and I think it's even bigger than it was before I divided it just in 1 year. Over in this area, this is a little bit of a work in progress. Right here I have some amaranth. This is called Hot Biscuit. And I really like these. I think I'll grow them again next year. The insects seem to really like them as well. And then another plant that has done really well is Totally Tangerine Geum. It bloomed almost all summer and was just fantastic. I bought this probably mid last summer, and it was just in like a 4-inch pot. So this is just really one full season of growth. Amazing. Back here is a mixture of weeds, but in amongst the weeds, I did start a spider plant from seed here, and they're doing really well. I was afraid they might not get enough sun in this area underneath the apple tree, but they seem to really like it. And then back in this area is a little bush. I don't know that it's going to bloom this year. I can't think of the name of it right now. I'll put it on the screen. I just bought this spring and planted it, so hopefully it will bloom next spring. Or next fall. It's supposed to bloom in the fall, so we'll see if that happens. And then in this area back here, I have one more little lime that did bloom this year, but I think it needs a little bit of love. So, as I said, this is the area that's a work in progress. So I'll have to give this a little more attention. But what I really wanted to show you was the new bed that I created this spring. It's a little bit of a mess right now. I haven't been out here at all. It's just been growing on its own. But this is an amaranth. It's called red amaranth, and for some reason it really did kind of just fall over. I'm not sure why. I think maybe it just got too tall, too heavy, but it's just really spectacular. The little Crispidia did a great job of blooming this year. I'll start those from seed again next year as well, probably more. I think they'll be more impactful if I have more plants. I have cosmos. They obviously need to be deadheaded. One little plant that's here, these are called Profusion Zinnia, and I love these. They bloom all summer, and you really don't have to cut them back or deadhead them. You'll see there are some older blooms here, but from a distance they look fine. I have never deadheaded these, and they just continue to bloom throughout the entire summer. So I'll be starting more of these from seed as well next year. There's the verbena, and in the back there's more of the hot biscuit amaranth. And this stand has ended up a little bit better, didn't fall over. Not quite as tall as the other. Zinnias. These are more of the caramel rudbeckia. And here we just have some more zinnias that I just direct sowed. Whatever zinnia seeds I had left over, I just threw out here in the garden, and they germinated, which was great. This is Cat's Meow. I was thinking that it was Cat's Pajamas, but it's Cat's Meow. These are two salvias that obviously need to be cut back. And we have a few more weeds back here. But this is the crepe myrtle that I thought was actually going to die, but it really did thrive this season. And then this is kind of my little project that I'm working on really for next year, but I started kind of mapping it out, and I'm going to put a little pathway through here. I had these stones already in the garden, so I moved them here and just added a little topsoil, and I think I'm going to plant some thyme, some blooming thyme, and I've started some of that thyme this fall. So if they get big enough, I'll plant them out in the garden and let them get a head start for this year, and then I'll also start some more in the spring. So this will be pretty full. I need to pull up some more weeds in here and continue to shape this area, but my vision is that there'll be a little path that comes back to this back area, and I'm hoping that maybe one day I'll be able to have a little garden shed right in this area. So this path will give another way to get back here. You don't have to go around the entire bed. So far so good. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how this bed performed this year. In 2026, I'll need to be a little more intentional in what I plant. I really just started a bunch of things from seed and threw them in this bed just because I wanted to have flowers for this year. But for next year, I'll plan out a little bit what will be in this bed. Most everything in here is an annual, even though some of these will reseed. So I'm sure I'll have some things come back for next year, but keeping that in mind, I'll be more thoughtful and intentional in what I plant in this bed for next year.